What's up, everybody? We're back again. It's episode 328 of the Dad Bod Golf Pod. It's Kyle and Ben, my crack research assistant. My research assistant. He's looking something up for us. We're recording live from bunkers like we do every Monday night. You're listening to this on Wednesday. You guys need to come hang out with us. Like, you can come hang out. We typically get samples of all kind of stuff. You'll see some of the food and stuff Ben tries on social.
Have we got something to share with you guys?
Yeah. We had a little app off, we called it.
That's what you want to call it.
Yeah. You got to be careful the way you say that. But yeah, love this place.
Not that kind of show, Kyle.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll have some more bunkers announcements towards the end of the day.
Your dad's going to be so disappointed. If he was disappointed in Putin,
yeah.
Boy, we
had
trouble.
some of that tonight. Anyway, we'll have some more bunkers announcements in a minute. But before we start, tonight's episode is brought to you by BetOnline, the #1 sports betting website in the country. Sign up today. Get a 50% welcome bonus. Use coupon code BLEAV, BLEAV. Give them $100. They're going to give you 50 back on top to play with it. I mean, you got all kinds of stuff. Baseball in full swing, playoff basketball. Have some fun. Online casino. It's a blast. BetOnline. It's where the game starts. Or, hey, right now you could pretty much bet Scottie versus the field.
Oh, no doubt.
I think.
Unbelievable.
Scottie Scheffler comes out of nowhere on Saturday. I say out of nowhere. I mean, shoots a 63 on Saturday to catapult into the lead.
Yeah, but seriously, I mean, the guy shows up, no practice round on Tuesday. Wednesday's practice round, he did not play in the Pro-Am. He only played nine holes. He only saw 9 holes of the course. And that's what you get.
Yeah, you get a 63 on Saturday, and then, heck, I think he still shot 3 or 4 under on Sunday.
Yeah.
To win comfortably. He made his only bogey of the week on the last hole of the tournament.
Yeah.
He had a double bogey, but he made his only bogey the last hole.
Yeah, he even saved par. One time he hit in the water, and you're sitting there thinking,
on a par 5.
Wheels are coming off. Nope.
Drops, hits it to, 10, 12 feet. Really gutsy putt. Made a putt, and he got fired up.
Yeah.
He doesn't show a lot of emotion, but he got fired up.
No, as a matter of fact, he chipped in for eagle on one of the first 3. I think it was 3. I think 3's before the par 3. The par 3 is number 4, which, by the way, that Sunday pin placement, they didn't like anybody on that. It was tucked dead left, hard greens that had received no rain, no water, no nothing, and it's tucked up against the water, and everybody either went long or just bailed out right, and then Scottie goes like right at it and throws it up behind the hill, and it comes back down near the hole. And so, but the hole before that, the par 5, he chips in for eagle.
Yeah.
And then he looks at Teddy like, huh?
Yeah.
How about that?
How about that? Like it just expected to happen. It's crazy. He's so good right now. So Ben and I were talking. He got mad at me for saying this, but I think
he's exaggerating. I don't get.
I'm
mad.
not exaggerating. I'm not even really exaggerating.
I don't get mad.
You'll see. You'll see in just a second. So my point was, now there's a key element that could happen in about another 2 or 3 weeks that could just totally throw this thing completely off the rails. But so far,
what, having a baby?
Having a baby, yeah. If he survives that,
What's she doing? December now?
Yeah. She's due the first part of next year, but it could happen any minute. No. The start to this year, okay? I'm totally speaking of this year, not overall as a golfer, not a career. The start to this year is, in my opinion, more impressive than Tiger's 2000 start to the year.
Blasphemous.
And Tiger won 11 tournaments.
Blasphemous.
11 tournaments that year. And let me tell you why.
Kyle's a hater.
No, one of the things we make fun of the PGA Tour for, copy and live, is one of the reasons I think this is so impressive. So, in his last 5 starts, he's got 4 wins.
Yeah.
Okay. A major. The other 3, all elevated events.
Yes.
So, literally the best fields he could possibly play with. You got the Players is not an elevated event, but you got the Players.
Yeah, but the purse is still, it might as well be an elevated event.
You got Harbortown, and I forget the third one. AT&T, the Pebble Beach.
Yeah.
He won Pebble Beach. So in his 5 starts, he's won 4 times. 3 elevated events, which I think would probably be better than any field Tiger won out of those first four events he won.
I get it.
Does that make sense what I'm
I
saying?
get it.
And then, all in all, he's played 9 events, 8 top 10s,
Yeah.
4 wins, and his one tournament that he was outside the top 10, he was 17th.
It's pitiful.
Unfreaking believable start to the year.
He's
all under the pressure of his wife could have a baby at any
month now, between now and 9 months from now. She actually just got pregnant. I don't know if y'all knew that. I kid because the Masters seem to be the theme of him leaving at any point. Not only that, he goes home and goes to a bar. We mentioned that, and then
it's a dive bar. Okay?
Excuse me, dive
not
bar,
a bar,
and it's close to his house.
It's not like a club.
It's close to his house, and
they serve food.
You honestly think that Scottie Scheffler lives in a neighborhood that has a dive bar next to it?
They serve food, so it's not just like a total, little.
When they said that, they were like, "It's just down the road from his house. It's a dive bar." I'm like, he ain't living in a neighborhood that has a dive bar.
I don't even know if I know what is the definition of a dive bar. What makes it a dive bar?
Judging by the people he posed with the picture with, maybe that's what it is. The
owners,
the patrons that are there.
I'm a dive bar kind of guy.
I have
no idea what it is, but I'm a dive bar. This place is way higher class.
Where you and I are from, we're from dive bar towns.
Dive bar towns.
Yeah. There's no.
We're really from like saloon towns.
Listen, there's no bunkers in Red Level, Alabama.
No.
Let me just tell you that right now.
We're really from towns where it's more likely to have a saloon
with a shootout
than a dive bar. Yeah.
But I say that to say this. Then I told Kyle, I texted him, I said, I did hear one mention on the Golf Channel, and it was when he was warming up, walking from the practice tee to the putting green, and they said, oh, he's checking his phone. Maybe he's seeing if Meredith has gone into labor yet. And then literally it's like you heard somebody off camera go, nah.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there going, oh, they're making fun of it. So clearly they saw what we all saw, which was way too much was brought about the whole pregnancy thing. Listen, he's going to be a great dad. You can tell by the way he handles himself. He's going to be a great dad. But the fact that we keep pushing that he's sitting on go, ready to leave, and she could go any minute when clearly she's got a few more weeks to go, I think it was exaggerated just a bit. But
just a tad.
I digress to say this. As Kyle said that to me, and I immediately said blasphemous. So then I started looking. Win percentage-wise, and domination of each tournament, of the field and how he's winning and the major that he's won already, I may agree with you. The way Tiger won, winning by 12 strokes and by 15 strokes.
Now, we haven't got there yet. The U.S. Open's a little bit out. That was the U.S. Open year.
Yeah, but still, some of the regular tournaments, he still was winning by like 9 and 10 strokes.
Maybe so.
So,
but also,
I do think the two are in the same conversation. At first, when he first sent me that, without looking at anything, I said, you're a turd, you suck, you shouldn't watch golf, you should stop watching immediately, I hate your guts right now. And then I got to thinking about it, and I was like, all right, hold on, let me go back and look. And win-wise, he's better.
Through this part of the season, I think it's more impressive.
Now, stroke-wise, I don't know that he's better.
So I looked that up.
Somebody would say,
I looked that up.
Okay, you did look that up.
Yeah. Tiger Woods does have – now, it has not calculated – this tournament in yet.
Well, and they've also extended the tee boxes. Masters.
Yeah, but then you can go back and say Tiger had crappier equipment and balls and stuff like that too. So you could say that whatever you could. It's 6-1, half does the other.
His balls were fine.
What I'm saying is Tiger was about almost a stroke, but not quite a full stroke better stroke average before this tournament.
Okay.
So Tiger was 67 and some change. And Scottie was 68 and some change, but he just shot 63.
Yeah. And
then he just shot at least a 68.
Yeah.
If not better, last round. So, as a matter of fact, I think it had to be a 68 because
he hasn't shot over par this year. Everything's been par better. He had one par round.
Tony Romo said, I've played with him probably 1,000 times, and I've never seen him shoot in the 70s. Like, it's unreal how good this guy is with the swing that he has. That's the most impressive thing.
Yeah,
we remember when we did the Ryder Cup. We were talking back when he first kind of came out on the scene, and we were talking about the Ryder Cup, and we were like, John Rahm is going to beat this guy senseless.
Was that the last Ryder Cup or the one before that?
Whistling Straits. That's before he got. That's before he was like.
Yeah.
Or was it Whistling Straits?
Yeah, he's gonna. We did say he's gonna thump him like a drum.
Yeah, and because this is just when he came out. There's no way that swing you can do that. And then he just turns around, and you know what? It may have been longer than that. It may have been a few.
No, it was. No, you're right. It was. He's still.
But he won the Masters when Nate was on the show, so he would have had to won the Masters, I believe, that year. Regardless, we talked about his swing was so crazy. There's no way you could keep it up, and it's unreal.
The one thing that he's doing, similar to Tiger, I mentioned a while ago the chipping in for the eagle on the first par 5 on Sunday. That was one of those where everybody in the booth, including the guys on the course, were like, he's in jail here. It's going to be tough to get up and down. And the imagination, the way he looks at a hole and goes, I can do this instead, and he can execute it. Like, that's the Tiger. When people want to do the Tiger comparisons, that's the comparison I do. The ability to be able to make shots when there aren't any shots.
Or the ability to hit any shot that he wants to hit. Like, one of the more impressive shots that he hit to me was, I don't know exactly which hole it is, but it was a long par 3 on the back 9. And if I'm not mistaken, this was after the delay. Like, he came back the next morning, possibly, and played this hole. And it's like a 215-yard par 3, and he hits like this smoking low cut with like this.
Yeah.
Like, he just rips it. It doesn't get 25 feet off the ground. I mean, he can hit any shot, and they were talking about it. Driver, he can hit the draw. He can hit the fade. I mean, he hits every single shot. It's unbelievable. I mean, we haven't seen anything like the way this start to this season in quite a while. Maybe since the last time he got hot, a couple of years ago. But this isn't even anywhere near that.
No,
that wasn't anywhere near this.
Yeah, this is beyond that. I mean, I mean, you know, you've seen the Rory get started hot. You've seen Spieth get started hot. He's got hot, and he's maintained it. I mean, he's won 4 out of 5 tournaments.
He had like that little bitty hiccup when he had the putting yips, and then all of a sudden that's fixed, and he's an unbelievable putter now.
Yeah, it's funny because Nabilo was talking about that from the booth, where he said, I wish everybody would quit talking about how bad his putting is, because that seems to be a storyline that a lot of riders are going with. And he said his first 2 tournaments, yes, he had the yips. He switched to the mallet and literally went from worst in the field in putting to best in the field in putting 2 tournaments later. And he hasn't looked back since then. He's been the best in the field since. He was at the Masters. He was this weekend. Like, so that idea of these national golf riders that are going, I mean, we never know what's going to happen to his putting. If he doesn't go back to that blade putter, I think he's going to be just fine.
You know, I think all golfers, we just needed to just go ahead and break down and just get a mallet putter. I just think it makes you a better putter. I like the blade, but I think I only like it because it
looks cool.
It looks cool.
Yeah.
And if you get a mallet, it's like you're giving in. You're giving up.
No, but I've gone that with that thing that fills it, that big, and that Zalatoris is using.
The lab golf thing?
Yeah, the lab golf thing. You get a lab golf putter, you've given up. I'm sorry. But you can get a mallet. Number 1 player in the world uses a mallet.
Yeah.
So I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
But Phil and Zalatoris and what's his name? Scott, the Australian.
Adam Scott.
The lab core, whatever it is that they've gotten. Lab golf, big circle in the back. No, you're just trying to get the ball near the hole when you grab one. That's a brick on the end of a stick, man.
Dude, we're jamming right now.
I know.
Some Taylor Swift. I mean, it is rocking.
We did not ask him to turn it up, but
I
apparently
did. This is my theme song. That's
T Swift?
Yeah.
I'm not
Look
shocked.
what you made me do.
I'm not. Did you stay up for the album release, too?
It's never my fault. Look what you made me do.
Did you stay up for the album release?
No.
No.
No. I'm exaggerating a little bit. This beat is kind of catchy, though.
Okay.
They cut it down, I think. I think they heard us talking about it, and they cut it down just a little bit.
Okay, Travis Kelce.
I've completely lost my train of thought. Now, what were we even talking about?
Taylor Swift.
No, I know. Before that, before Taylor Swift, it was Scottie and putting.
It was Scottie and putting
All
and
right,
mallet putters.
All right, so now it's been a week.
Yeah.
It's been a week since the since the Masters. So jokes aside, the clock is kind of ticking on the baby that's on the way.
Oh,
so
they're inducing.
they need to before the PGA Championship.
Yeah, and that's the thing. He's got 3 weeks until that.
Yeah.
3 or 4 weeks until that. And because they did the timeline, and so
I don't think there's an elevated event between now.
there's not.
So yeah.
So I got a feeling that I know we're not going to see him in Louisiana this weekend.
No.
So I don't know. Maybe they'll induce this weekend or not. She's getting close enough they can induce now.
Yeah.
I mean, she was 36 weeks. So you go 40, 41. So I mean, she was 36 during the Masters. That puts her 37 this past week. 38 now.
Go ahead and induce next weekend. That gives him a week to kind of get settled in. Then you get locked in for the PGA Championship.
Look, I mean, Scottie, if you are just
If you want to have
itching to like be a father figure, I mean, with all the money you got, the door's open, man. Anytime you want to come knocking, you want to babysit, Kyle and I can come to Bunkers.
or adopt me.
Yeah, or
I mean, you can. I'm for sale.
we're up for adoption too. Yeah, the amount of money he's won, I saw those numbers today. It is
$12 million
It is
before April.
insane.
$12 million before May.
Did that include this weekend?
It may not.
I don't think it did.
That's what
What, another 4?
$16 million before May. Did you see the Instagram?
He is averaging. It got sent to me today. A buddy of mine sent it to me. After this weekend, he is making $64,000 an hour.
That's a good rate. That's a solid rate.
That's if he only works 8 hours a day in a regular
That's a solid
job.
rate. I would take
8 hours a day,
I'll
40
tell you
hours
what,
a week.
I would do it-
$64,000 an hour.
I would do it for $60,000 an hour. Save you $4,000 an hour.
Yeah, that's unbelievable.
Did
That's
you see-
insane money.
So this is funny. This will make you laugh. So someone took that. This is where I got all these stats from on Tigers
Okay.
Round. If you took Tigers 2000 and you gave all the finishes with today's money, how much money do you think he makes?
I saw this. It was like close to $100 million, wasn't
It
it?
was $92 million. If you had Tigers 2000 with 11 wins and all of them, 3 majors, 3 majors in a
Elevated
row,
events.
and you made them the ones he won, the elevated events, updated purses, $92 million.
I mean, I don't feel bad for him.
No, how many is that an hour? Do that one real quick.
Probably is close to $644,000 an hour.
Unbelievable.
That is, yeah. I saw that and I was sitting there thinking, there's a reason the dude was the first golfer ever to $1 billion.
Yeah.
Because everybody loves to talk about Tiger and his endorsement deals, and I'm like, okay, he also won.
John Rahm probably broke that record though. Or he's close.
We'll never know
Or he's
because
close.
he won't release what he's made, but he's got to be close to it.
Do we put an asterisk by that, or it counts?
They had his name. They did money leaders, and I loved it. They put the money leaders on the PGA Tour right now, and it included John Rahm because just the money he's made on the PGA Tour. It did not include his live money. And Scottie's basically got him almost doubled or tripled on the PGA Tour. But Rahm's still in second. But somebody underneath, like a golf talking head, said, okay, now do Teddy. Because with all the money he's
made almost $2 million.
So, yeah, at 8%, which, by the way, Tommy Fleetwood, you're awesome, dude, because you got the caddy from Augusta National.
Oh, that was
your
cool.
caddy couldn't make it, and you paid him. Now it's been released. You paid him more than the 8%. 8% got him $84,000 for the weekend. There's rumor that it was a 6-figure check that he wrote him as like a tip.
That is awesome.
So that guy got life-changing money just for toting some clubs and knowing the course.
He probably did a little bit more than that, being a local caddy.
Yes, but he was local. He's not. That's the thing, though. He was a local caddy. He wasn't a member.
Yeah, but Augusta caddies are not members.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Everybody was like, oh, well, doesn't matter. Like, he's a member at Augusta. It's like, no. He's a caddy.
Yeah.
So he's not Peyton Manning, who, by the way, is also a member. They showed that this weekend. He played host to Kirk Cousins. So I didn't know Peyton. We got to call Peyton up.
Yeah.
When you went to Sweetens Cove, you didn't see him there either, did you?
I did not see him.
Dang
but
it.
I have this is funny. So my uncle, this is complete sidebar. I don't know how we got on the Masters, but my uncle is really big into like researching family trees and stuff
Yeah.
like that. And we
You're related
actually
to Peyton Manning.
No, not Peyton
Damn it.
Manning. We're actually related to one of the people that founded like American Express, and that guy was a member of Augusta.
Oh.
And then his son, who's like the president of American Express or something like that now, is as a member. So I was like, we got to hook this thing up. I got a cousin who's a member at Augusta that I've never met. You know who else I'm related
I've
to?
never met. Hey, bub. This is Kyle.
This is kind of dark. You know who else I'm related to?
Uh-oh.
You remember the Titanic sub?
Yeah?
That dude's last name was Rush.
The dude that built it?
The dude that like Ocean Gate,
Yeah?
the founder.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm somehow related to him. We found out as well. So that's,
Wow.
Sorry, that's a big time sidebar, but thought it was interesting. It's
I'm related to Lawrence Taylor.
It's kind of no, you're not. No, you're not, Ben. Not any. You don't have one single gene in relation.
That's athletically involved
If you
with
took
anybody.
if you took all of his genes and then penciled out the opposite of them, that's who you are.
Oh, man.
Oh, man.
I had to throw that in there.
All right, well, I've completely lost my train of thought, so let's talk about bunkers for a second.
Yeah.
All right, so
Let me get the rundown back out.
we love this place. They typically have like live music or all kind of events every single weekend. You notice we got the golf channel on behind us. You can come rent a booth. You can watch a basketball game. You can watch a baseball game, whatever you want to do. I mean, with 10 or 12 guys or friends, it's the booth deals are basically like your own lounge, like getting a cabana at like a high-end resort pool or something like that. But it's a simulator. Watch sports. You can play games in it after the fact. Sunday, 10 to 3, kids play free, brunch. We come just about once a month. It's phenomenal. Tonight, what all stuff did we eat? Like, you got the notes, right?
Oh, yeah. We got
Their appetite. That's the thing.
it's poutine.
The
Is that
food.
how you say it?
The restaurant is poutine.
Poutine.
The restaurant's phenomenal.
Are you sure?
Yeah, 1,000%.
Okay.
We got steak, poutine fries with homemade cheese curds
and
gravy.
Guinness beer cheese on top.
That's what I meant. Guinness beer cheese curds. That's what's
There
on
you go.
top. Unbelievable. Buffalo chicken dip, out of this world. Ben did a taste test on both.
Yep.
We got the brownie skillet for dessert that we killed, and it's melting a little bit right now. But it's got homemade peanut brittle on top.
Oh.
Unreal. And then we got the martinis.
Yes, we have an espresso martini. That's the one closest to me.
And then a strawberry chocolate
strawberry chocolate.
martini.
Kyle tried the espresso and he said it already had him buzzed.
It's not bad. That's pretty good.
Dude, that smells delicious.
Dude, martinis, you got to watch martinis.
Yeah, that'll sneak up and bite you.
That glass is a lot deeper than it looks.
Like I could kill 2 or 3 of those and I would need a nap.
Yeah, we'll need to get an Uber home. But yeah, the restaurant's just as big a part of this place as the simulators, and it's not frozen chicken tenders and hot dogs. Like, it's legitimate, high-end, great food. They have an awesome chef who we're big buds with. I mean,
Yep.
it's phenomenal. It's a fun place to hang out. Call up. You can get, quote-unquote, a tea time. You can rent. They're having an actual work event on the other side. There's 2 halves of this place. You can rent out like a whole half. They're having a work event on the other side. I mean, all in all, Ben, like, this is a highlight of my week. I mean, Mondays are just absolutely phenomenal to come hang out. We went ahead and cheated a little bit. Not cheated. We looked ahead.
No,
It's
you can look at my score. I did not cheat at all.
It's TPC Louisiana
Yeah.
this week. So me and Ben and I, we played the back 9 of TPC Louisiana. They just had a big course update, so there's a bunch of new TPC courses on it. We played TPC Louisiana, so you kind of got a feel a little bit for the course. I mean,
First and foremost, the one thing that I learned, 18 looks a lot tighter on television than it is in the simulator. Now, I think a lot of that has to do with both the crowd and the grandstands.
yeah.
Because Kyle hit up there left of the green, and I remember the grandstands last year.
They're all going to be crowded up on top of
It looks like it's basically about the last 120 yards in. It looks like it's tight. No, man, it's wide. Like there's a reason they give you a free drop, because if you flew it dead left, there's plenty of room for you to bail out and
That's
not
the thing,
be
man.
anywhere near that, because there's water all down the right. And he was talking about it. He said this is the one where Louis was in the playoff, and he sprayed it right and said, "Well, that's it. It's over," or something like that.
Well, they did the graphic whereas the shot tracer went, and then it said, "That's all, folks."
Yeah.
The shot tracer spelled it.
Yeah.
But no, like, just sidebar again. We're going to go sidebar again. The stands have to help you. Like, how many shots do you think the stands benefit you?
Well, it helped Tiger at the Masters on 2.
I'm
Remember, he said, I'm going. He said, I'm aiming at the crowd over there to the right, and he did. He caught somebody, stopped it, and he ends up getting up and down for birdie.
Like that hole in particular, I was way left. I would have either been in the stands or behind the stands. Would have got line of sight. I couldn't get it out. Line of sight relief. Like, stands are a big deal.
No, and even off the tee, like, you can tell how afraid they are to hit the water, because I've seen in the past this particular course this weekend, you'll see on 18, they all bail out left, and they're like hitting out of the bushes to go ahead and just put it back in play, because it is a par 5 is what they're ending on. And so they bail out left and then just hit it out in the middle of the fairway and take their 120-yard shot in. I told Kyle, I was like, man, it's wide open. Like, when they go as far left as they go, they need to do an overhead shot to let y'all see. It is – both Kyle and I hooked our tee shots nowhere near the woods.
You can hook it for a million miles.
Yeah,
on
like
that.
we were nowhere near the woods. And we were playing tees up, so we should have been. Because I know all of y'all are thinking, well, they're playing the pro tee. It doesn't matter. Like, the pro tees are way far back. Like, we should have been in the trash, and we weren't.
Yeah.
So when you see somebody go on 18 this weekend, you see them go left, you're sitting there going, oh, you really hit a bad shot. Like, they did not want to go in the water. So it's really cool if you get a chance to go to bunkers, when you're in town. Check out the courses. Augusta's never going to release the rights to be able to have it up there. I keep waiting on that.
You'd think the Tiger connection, they would.
Yeah, you would think it'd have something. But as soon as we walked in, Kyle goes, hey, they uploaded new courses. I said, Augusta? He goes, no. So
maybe one day. Maybe one day.
But TBC Louisiana was new, and we got to play it, and they're playing there this weekend.
Absolutely. So you can play a lot of the same courses that the pros do. All right, one of the last things we want to talk about is not only is Scottie having an unbelievable start of the year, but Nelly Korda, unbelievable start to the year. She's won five in a row.
5 straight.
With a major. This last one was a major.
Yes.
And you notice that it's not at that same that place they played for a million years. It's at a new course. But they did build like this little dock.
Yes.
Where you can go jump in the water, because that was like a that was like a thing. But there's people talking about they want to see Scottie versus Nelly and some like the match challenge or something like that.
West Coast under the lights on the back nine.
Yeah,
I'd watch it.
I would watch it. Does she have to play from the same tees, or does she get to play up? I told you I flipped over and watched a lot of that tournament. I watched the end of it.
And, I watched Saturday and Sunday of it. And,
okay, I'll never do that. But
And
I should, but I probably won't ever do that.
I was shocked. She does not hit her irons as far as I thought she would. So, no, I don't think she could play from the tips.
Yeah.
There was one hole in particular, 144-yard par 3. She was hit 7-iron.
Must have been wind or something.
No, she did it twice. She did it once from the fairway and once from the tee.
She probably really likes that knockdown. Like, she has a little knockdown 7.
Nope, she threw it up in the air. I was a little shocked at that because
she hit a 6-iron or either a 5 or a 6-iron into that par 5 at the end, and she was like 195.
Yeah, but she also didn't have but 170 to clear, and she just barely did get it on the green.
Maybe so.
So she flew at 170. So,
Regardless, she's kicking all the girls' asses. It's like not even close. And then this is the funny part. She's playing with Brooke Henderson and somebody else I don't know, and they were clearly playing like painfully slow. Painfully
it wasn't
slow.
just her. They were waiting even on 18. First
All of
off,
them, yeah.
LPGA Tour, you got to fix something. And that is, I'm glad Kyle brought that up. So I didn't realize this. They teed off at 11:30. They were finishing up at 5:45.
It was a long 6 hours.
Bro.
Nelly was like you could tell her she was so pissed. She was like, the camera, whenever it was her turn, okay, the person that hit before her, after that person hit, the camera almost could not get to her fast enough before she was hitting. And we're talking, she only had a one-shot lead on 18.
Yeah.
180 yards to clear water. And whichever one, I don't know if it's Brooke or I think it was Brooke hit. And then the camera cuts to her and she's over the ball and she no practice swing and she hits it in the middle of the green.
While Brooke was hitting, they panned out. She was taking her practice swings while Brooke was hitting.
Oh yeah, she was ready to go, which I kind of like.
No,
Makes me like her more.
No, I love speeding up the game a little bit. I guess it's frustrating because you're not being consistent. There was the women's AM that took place at Augusta, and they play at another course before they play at Augusta National. And one of the former champions, Anna Davis, who is a player at Auburn also, was penalized for slow play. Now, keep in mind, it was on a par 5 where she hit 3 shots down the fairway onto the green. Well, 2 shots down the fairway, 1 up on the green, 2 putted for par, and moved on, and they penalized her. Meanwhile, the girl that's playing with her is all over the place and double bogeys the hole, and they don't penalize her. And so they penalized her for slow play, and they played that round right around 4 hours. This was a 6-hour round, and nobody got penalized.
Yeah.
Like, y'all got to be more consistent as far as how you're punishing people. And
They got some good pub, though. That tournament got some really good pub with the rain out.
Which
was fun.
Even Nelly said afterwards, I don't know if you saw her post-round comments, and they shared that a lot on like Golf Digest and stuff like that today. She goes, we got to find a way to play faster. She goes, there's a reason people are not watching women's golf is because we've got 6-hour rounds, and they don't have 6 hours to sit down and watch start to finish.
I'm down. Speed it up.
She's right. LPGA, do something. That's the thing. They're not penalized. Like, nobody got penalized for slow play. How can you have a 6-hour round and nobody get penalized? No rain delays, no nothing.
Got to fix that for sure. Sure. But, guys, again, we can't talk enough about –
Hold on. We got to give an honorable mention.
Honorable mention?
Miles Russell.
Miles Russell, 15 years old.
Finished tied for 20th in the Korn Ferry Tour event. Ends up shooting a 66 on the final round.
Unbelievable.
A span of which he had 5 birdies in 6 holes. Or you can say 5 birdies in the span of 9 holes.
Did I see where he's never used a yardage book?
Oh, that could be very well true.
Like, he doesn't even use yardage books. He's just so natural. He just goes out there, makes the cut in a Korn Ferry Tour event, finishes the top 30, and he's 15 years old. Lefty.
I saw his stock yardages. I'm impressed with it because he can't get off the tee like the rest of the guys can, and he still birdied holes. Like, he averages
280 off the tee, I think is what his driver was.
280s is stock, which is 270s is 3-wood, which is just kind of odd that they can't find him a driver that can go a little bit further.
Yeah, let's max that. He's probably maxed out, though. Like, if you really – and he's not a big 15. He's a small 15.
Yeah, he's a small stature.
So
lefty, but if
you'll definitely remember that name, Miles Russell, because he's a number 1 amateur or number 1 junior player in the world.
You will see him on the PGA Tour in November. He has already qualified for whatever that November tournament is.
Butterfield?
Oh, but
Bermuda Classic?
Yeah. Actually, I think it may be the Bermuda Classic.
I think that'd be fantastic.
It's something like that. But, yeah, he will be on television, and we'll be able to watch him in November. And who knows? I mean, he's 15 now. I don't know if he turns 16 between now and then or not, but he may be.
Drop out of school and go pro.
Yeah, just quit.
No, I'm just kidding. Obviously.
Let me tell you something. They kept showing cut-ins of it. I watched a little bit of it, and they were and the announcers, pushing hard for an NIL deal for him.
Oh yeah, he'll make so much in NIL.
Yeah, somebody called him this week after this weekend. It was one of those things where going into the tournament, everybody's like, "Oh, that's cute. A 15-year-old got to play with the Corn Ferry Tour guys," and then he finishes top 20.
And then those guys are like, "Dang it, this kid's gonna beat me."
So now, apparently, they already said TaylorMade is in touch with him, and so
there's
NIL
no doubt.
deal's coming through there.
No doubt.
And who knows what else he's going to get. So, hey, Miles, go get the bag, bro.
Get the bag. Get the bag.
Enjoy it.
Yep. So we really appreciate it, guys. Thanks for listening. Catch us on social media, just Dad by Golf Pod, pretty much anywhere on every single platform. And we'll be back again next week. This is episode 328 of the Dad by Golf Pod. We're always stroking.